Bo Gritz, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ex-military guy, I believe. He was also involved in kind of talking Randy Weaver down off of the mountains.
Yeah, he was up at Ruby Ridge. He was,
right.
His son is one of my best friends. We used to do lots of grifts together in Vegas, but...
I have an uncle named Bo.
Anyway, Michael, you were the third place finisher?
I think technically I was fourth place finisher. I think Ralph Nader beat me by a couple thousand votes, but considering he had 300 times the amount of media coverage that I did.
You got to keep those guys. Remember, Michael Badnarik, the Libertarian Party candidate, and also David Cobb.
That's correct.
The Green Party candidate got arrested at the St. Louis debates, trying to cross the line to enter the debate. They got arrested at the debates, made zero national press. You tell me the press, the media is not crooked in this country.
My God.
Zero national. They get both the major third-party candidates, both arrested, cuffed. No one got any footage. How was jail for you, Michael?
That is pretty low-key. The only real pulse-increasing event was that I had to stand there looking into the eyes of the riot police. Earlier in the evening...
Pulse-increasing event.
Yeah.
That guy's a fag.
David Cobb and I had spoken to several sheriff's deputies who were very polite, and we wanted to let them know that we're not trying to cause trouble. We're fairly confident that we will not be allowed to participate in the debate, but, we were trying to get a little bit of publicity.
And you didn't.
And we didn't. And so the original plan was for David and I to walk away from the maddening crowd over to a, quiet place. And then the sheriff's deputies, it was all supposed to be very choreographed. They would draw a line and say, don't cross this line, and David and I would defiantly step across the line.
And then they'd mace you, and you'd take a swing. And...
Yeah, well, they would basically, handcuff us and arrest us, and it would all be very choreographed, and nobody, especially me, would get hurt.
Was there any raping choreographed?
No,
nothing like that. You'd see, that would have made it a lot more powerful.
Well, if they were trying to rape me, I think I would have resisted a little bit more.
Yeah, I would resist rape too.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah, give us just a quick, short attention span overview of the Libertarian Party. I always say it's the closest as we can get to anarchy and still have roads.
We have this crazy idea that the Constitution actually means something, and that the Constitution puts limitations on government power.
Yeah, people rely on the law way too much. The only law is law of nature, and that means someone will try to fuck you if you don't defend yourself.
Right.
We can talk like that at satellite radio. We almost have to, but go ahead.
So the whole platform of the Libertarian Party is individual rights and personal responsibility.
Straight down the line.
Straight down the line. You have the right to drink too much alcohol, but you have the responsibility of suffering the hangover.
Yeah,
right.
That's a law.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's
be
good.
responsible for your own actions. You can do anything you want as long as you're not hurting somebody else, and just live with the consequences.
If I want to go through a speed round, I'm going to throw some issues at you, and I want you to your libertarian point of view on each of the issues. Yeah.
Do I win luggage if I get?
Yes, you do. If you get it right.
Okay.
And if you don't get it right, you get a fucking beating.
Okay. This guy's good. I
like him already. I know,
but he's good with a gun. He's good from a distance.
I know. Oh, don't worry about it. He's got a friend named Bo.
Bo Greitz is the guy. Bo Greitz is the guy they based the Rambo character on.
I'm afraid of Bo Greitz.
Yes, he was the guy. He was Perot actually hired him to go over looking for MIAs.
Yeah. Flying with Eagles, or what was the name of that movie?
I live in the Bronx, all right? I'm afraid that movie to delivery.
All right, you ready, Michael?
I'm ready to go.
The FCC.
We're going to get rid of it.
Yes?
We have a right to freedom of speech. We own the airwaves. We don't need the FCC to control radio. If you look at the Internet, everybody has to have an IP address. The government's not in control of that, and we seem to be able to manage millions of IP addresses.
So you go so far as to allow pornography on network television?
Absolutely. Pornography is in the mind of the beholder.
Sweet.
I'm not upset that some of these reality TV shows are on. I'm upset that people watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
maybe if there was a chance of black cock swinging out at any given moment, you wouldn't let the TV babysit your kid.
Yeah.
Okay, gay marriage.
Individuals have rights. gays are individuals, therefore gays have the same rights as everybody else.
Okay, well, you're wrong. No, marriage shouldn't be a legal institution whatsoever.
Well,
that was the correct answer.
And if you read my book, I specifically point out that marriage licenses started out as racial bigotry. The first marriage licenses in the United States were established to prohibit and regulate marriages between blacks and whites, because, gosh forbid, we can't have blacks and whites, living together.
That's your fucking ass. Yeah, that's right.
Then our women got fat, and we said, hey, have at it.
Yeah.
Gun control.
Gun control is being able to hit your target. 20,000 gun laws in the United States are unconstitutional. I will never give mine up.
Right, over my dead, cold body.
No, over your dead, cold
That's what I meant.
So you'd be good with rocket launchers and the like, too?
As long as you're not posing a clear and present danger. You can carry it, but you can't point it at me.
All right. Immigration.
It's kind of a mixed thing. It's not all by itself. What we need to do is we need to eliminate the welfare state. And then once we stop, paying for other people's health care and housing and their children's education, then the only reason to come here will be to spend money and work hard, and that is good for the economy and for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's everything I'm against. I'm all for the Mexicans coming up. You want to do my shitty job? I'll show you where to clock in. I'm a regional manager for a cell phone company. We're low on car chargers. Check in Saturday morning. Because what you forget, Michael, is that when they leave Mexico, they left an open bed down there. It's really nice weather down there. It's not all cramped and crowded. Have a little people exchange program. Shit's cheap. You take my job. I'll be in your old bed.
Yeah.
Go ahead. How about abortion? You ducked this one on your website, motherfucker.
Well, I don't duck it because I'm not smart enough to know the answer. The Libertarian Party is split on this answer. Every platform on the Libertarian Party is based on the assumption that you own your own body.
Yeah.
And if that is true, a woman owns her body. It's not my job or the government's job to tell her what to do with her body. Well, 51%, and I'm guessing, I don't have real statistics, but roughly, anecdotally, 51% of the libertarians are in favor of pro-choice. The other 49% are in favor of pro-life because at some point in time, the baby has to own its body.
Yeah.
And so the debate is, we know what property we're talking about, that fetus, who owns it. And I'm not smart enough to, I know what I think.
I agree with the pro-life sentiment that, yes, a fetus is a living thing. You can't question that. But you know what? So is a genital wart. If it's going to irritate you for life, burn it off.
And so
maybe that's, if we look at it that way, as though, yes, it is murder, but we turn it around where it's okay to murder anything that can fit inside your vagina. Right? All right, this is going nowhere.
Yeah.
Terrorism.
I'm opposed to it. That's why I carry my .45. If we had people on the airplane September 11th who had weapons, the terrorists would never have gotten past the beverage cart.
Right.
All right.
It's a good point, man. Hey, Mike, I've been out doing stuff, too. Like, I punch cab drivers in the head in New York. No, because it's, and people say you shouldn't do it. And I say, well, at least I'm trying something, Mike, I'm out there. It's a numbers game. If I punch 2,000 fucking cab drivers, I'm getting 1 or 2 Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, the problem is that you're not discriminating. You really should. You can't punch somebody because they're driving a cab. Now, if you know that they're a terrorist...
What if they're brown?
See, and
they're driving a cab. There's one guy said, I am Sikh. I said, well, I'm sick of you fucking blowing shit up. You son of a bitch.
Don't try to talk logic to Mike. What about prostitution, Mr. Badnark?
I've never paid for a prostitute in my life, but it's a non-violent, victimless crime.
Yeah.
It all falls under, commerce. And if a young lady wants to sell it and somebody else wants to buy it, that's a transaction that doesn't involve anybody but them.
Would you support government warning labels on transvestite prostitutes?
Well, I want to get the government out of everything. You have a responsibility to try to figure that out before you take him or her home from the bar.
Yeah, no, I understand
that's where personal responsibility falls in.
How much do you think a hand job should cost, Mike, in New York City?
I don't know. I don't charge myself anything.
Well, let me tell you something, buddy. Crack cocaine has brought it down. You can get now a hand job for like a bagel and